I'm Tyler Elam.
My name is Ashley Johnson.
My name is Brianna Elam.
And my name is Bob Feedback.
I have been at the church for a little over 2 years.
Me and my family have been coming here for about 6 months now.
I have been affiliated with the Winchester First Church of God since the mid-1980s.
And I've been following Jesus for 22 years, since I was 16.
I have been a Christian since 1972.
I would really consider just the past 6 years I've been really more serious about following Jesus.
When I contemplate the history of the Church of God in itself and in its, foundation, D.S. Warner started it. It was founded and rooted in two things: holiness and unity. And those two things are the reflex and the heartbeat of the Church of God. And I can confidently say that I've never been a part of a church community or a Christian community that embodies holiness and unity quite like First Church of God Winchester.
I think the first thing for us on the very first Sunday was just being able to experience the people. When we walked through the door, they just exuded just the kindness of God, and we were able to just experience that in them and through them. And it was evident that there wasn't like this culture of superficiality, but it was like the conversations were genuine and they were authentic, and not just the people in the lobby, but like people in the pews next to us and people that would come up to us after the service and just be really intentional and introduce themselves, and they really just cared about knowing our family, and that was really unique and just a gift to us.
The reason I started coming to the Church of God, we had come to know many people in the Church of God through sports activities. The Church of the Nazarene at that time had a gymnasium, and the First Church of God there on Hickman Street was part of those programs. So I knew some of the congregation of the Church of God, and also Frank Curtis and I had worked in several community projects together, and we'd crossed paths many times in hospital visits and nursing home visits, and so it wasn't an unfamiliar thing for me to go to the Church of God. It was just a natural movement for me because of the biblical beliefs were in line with the Church of the Nazarene.
When I think about some of our first times visiting Winchester First Church of God, something that really stands out to me and sticks in my mind is kind of the multi-generational nature of the church body there. We felt adopted. We've always read in the Apostle Paul's letters about this proverbial family of God, but I don't know, even having been in church circles before, that we ever experienced being a part of the family of God until we came to Winchester First Church of God.
The reason why I immediately became attached to the church is just the sense of community, the sense of family. Everybody is so welcoming.
And the other thing I would say is just the prioritization of prayer and just that unhurried time at the altar at the end of the service. That was just so beautiful to experience, that people were actually coming to pray. And that was just something that we loved being a part of. And it just brought to my mind that line from Psalm 16 that says, the boundary lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. And that's what I continue to think every single week that we come. And we're just so grateful to be here.
Why do I attend the Church of God? I think there's some really positive things here that the First Church of God here in Winchester offers. We have a dynamic youth program. We have great leadership. We have a dynamic children's program.
Probably my most main thing was the youth. I have 3 children. Aubrey is 11 and Emerson is 9. And I have a 15-month-old baby. So my biggest thing was finding a place that they could become integrated into the program, that there was lots of activities, because not only do I want to continue my faith journey, but I want to build their faith journey. I never felt out of place at First Church of God.
And if you want your family grounded in Christian beliefs, this is the church you need to be attending.
When you visit with us here at First Church of God, you will find a group of people who will accept you as you are and also challenge you to be the person that God has destined you to be. As we follow Christ together, we're better together.